Welcome back to The Eager Cyclist. So in this film, I'm taking us on a short journey from Lewisham Way down towards Deptford Bridge and onto the famous Cutty Sark in Greenwich. And this route is not necessarily one I'd recommend to ride, as the section through Deptford Bridge is very challenging, but I wanted to feature sections of this route to highlight aspects such as filtering past queuing traffic, and an example of a cycle lane or road design that I believe is one of the most hazardous and badly designed bits of infrastructure in London. Now, before we continue, please don't forget to like, share and subscribe. That will help our community grow, and it should help promote cycling in general and help people who do cycle reflect on how they ride. So I've just cycled down a road called Friendly Street, which connects Lewisham Way with this area by Deptford Bridge. And you might have spotted that I used the primary position, so the follow me position, as I cycled down that road because there were traffic islands, which we covered in a topic on the last film on the channel. But yeah, I wasn't comfortable being passed, so I cycled down that road quite assertively. So I'm now on the road that leads up towards Deptford Bridge, and as we can see, there's a big queue of traffic. There always tends to be traffic here when I'm on this road, and there is an option to ride through the local park, which is a much more pleasant way to get towards Greenwich, which will be our final destination. And as you can see, I'm choosing to filter on the right-hand side of the traffic. There tends to be more space on the right, but of course we need to take care and make sure that there's room with oncoming traffic. So I'm just, slowly filtering to the front on the right here. If I were to filter on the left, there could of course be the chance of people stepping out of cars onto the pavement. So I normally tend to filter on the right-hand side. Now there is a bike box here, or an ASL at the front, and as you can see I've lined myself up in the primary position, so the follow me position at the junction. And I've just noticed that there's somebody on a scooter or a motorbike behind me, so I've just looked back and told them, actually verbally, that I'm turning right at the junction. And with any big junction like this, it's just important to pass through one at a time and not to be on this side of any other road users as we turn at the junction. Now, up in front, you might be able to spot the faint lines of a cycle lane, and I wanted to feature this cycle lane, an example of what I think is very poor cycling infrastructure. You can now see that there is what appears to be road markings to indicate a position for cyclists to ride in. But as you can see on the left, the space for cycling ends, so that's a very hazardous space to ride in if we use it. And it's just important to remind ourselves as riders to be flexible or to not use infrastructure if it's poorly designed. The use of infrastructure is discretionary. But I do nonetheless see in this location in Deptford Bridge lots of riders choosing to ride in that space that we just saw, which puts them at great risk as the pavement juts out into the road. Now, what I would say is that the quality of cycling infrastructure in London is getting better, and it's getting better quite a lot quicker, and we need to celebrate that. But what I would ask is if you've got any comments yourself. Are there any examples of very well designed or very poorly designed bits of infrastructure near where you live? So if you live in London and you've got any examples that you'd like me to feature on the channel, put them in the comments section, and I'll see if I can make my way to them to have a look. Perhaps I can make another film that features those pieces of infrastructure. Now this is the road which leads up towards the Cutty Sark in Greenwich, and it's quite wide in places, but you might have spotted that I'm moving out into the primary position, the follow me position, and sometimes back into the secondary position or the pass me position if I'm comfortable being overtaken. And we've just spotted a Lamborghini go past, and I do like a fast car, although I don't really think that they should be in London. But yeah, when growing up I was always really interested in fast cars like Lamborghinis. But despite the potential of that car, we'll see that I am quicker. I am catching up now because it's in a traffic queue. And again, we see the benefits of cycling and how cycling is generally much quicker to get around London than being in a car. I've just overtaken a bus and I'm moving back into the bus lane, which comes to an end in a moment, and letting this person turn into the side road. And this section of Greenwich It's a beautiful part of London to visit, but it does get very, very congested. And I feel that this part of London needs urgent change in terms of the road design because there's just so much traffic. And historic Greenwich, which we're entering into here, is one of the most visited parts of southeast London for tourists. So there's long been talk of pedestrianising parts of the Greenwich Market area, which I very much hope takes place soon. So here there's lots and lots of traffic, and I'm just choosing to filter past slowly. Lots and lots of pedestrians here, so it's really important not to rush through and to let people cross where appropriate. And this reminds me of the hierarchy of road users, where as riders we do need to look out for people like pedestrians who are more vulnerable than us, for example in a collision. So yeah, important to slow down for pedestrians. So we're just about to reach the Cutty Sark area, and it's a fantastic place to visit if you're in the area or visiting London for the first time. So yeah, do check it out. And in this area there's just so many pedestrians, so I'm slowing right down. I'm basically cycling at walking pace. And it is of course an option to dismount and walk when it's really, really busy with pedestrians, but here I'm just taking it very, very slow. So that brings us to the end of this film, and I hope you've enjoyed watching. And I hope this film has got you thinking about when you choose to or choose not to use cycling infrastructure and how you use the infrastructure in your area. And please share this film with your friends or colleagues. That will hopefully help our community grow and help people reflect more on how they cycle, giving them the skills and confidence to cycle well and to enjoy their riding. But anyway, that's all from me now. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you at the next one. Take care.